Whoa, now, Dad, what's up, world? It's your boy, the Toothless Wonder, coming back with another YouTube video. I'm out here by the water. Um, I don't know, it's where I come to reflect, take in, process information, you know, any signs that I should adapt to certain things kind of come to me when I'm here, or just when I'm kind of by myself marinating, you know what I mean? And I wanted to come through, right? Because, of course, today is the Super Bowl, right? And I ain't watch it because I don't really care. But I was periodically keeping up with the score, stats, or whatever through, like Google or whatever. And I just seen they went into overtime. So then I hop on my, Facebook or whatever. I don't have IG or anything else. And I came to this revelation, right? I want nothing to do with this world, yo. Nothing. And it's not because I've been rejected by the world, even though that has been the case. And it's certainly I've been accepted by the world, but then get accepted into some sphere of it and be like, this ain't all it's cracked up to be, or I don't see what's so great about it. And then I just leave out on my own, and then everybody get mad at me. Whatever. Like the job I just had. And I do feel the need to kind of be transparent with certain things, almost like a YouTube journal, in hopes I can help someone else or, get insight or whatever the case may be. But it's not like any of the information that I divulge on here can be used against me. One, I don't give a fuck. Two, I stand on what I said. And three, everyone kind of knows this that I know personally, but I might not have expressly told them. But behaviorally, they see that's the case. Um, and I think that's one of the reasons why, I don't know, I think people respect me or they might or admire me to some degree, but at the same time, they hate me. Because the stuff y'all care about means nothing to me. And the stuff I care about is beyond y'all. Or to those who seem to be at least knowledgeable of certain things, they rather stick their head in the sand and hope it go away. That's not even intelligent. Like, I don't know how close of a comparison this might be, but if I see a train coming down the track, me looking the other way doesn't stop the train from coming. Nor is it a good plan to just believe the train is going to stop or someone else is going to stop it. How about I put forth the effort to get out of the way of the train? You see what I'm saying? But in light of the Super Bowl, I seen a lot of about, I guess, it was the best halftime show ever. Yeah, it's great. Even though the shit is probably scripted or, the outcome is already, like everything else, like your politics, like WWE, the outcome's already, written. You're just watching the story. I'm not real big fan of stories, unless they're based on, like, history or something like that. I don't need, like, stories are for little kids. Stories distract you from reality. Even though, and that was kind of one of my things as far as like recovery when I, really did a lot of self-introspection as to why I couldn't stay sober. It's because I had a hard time dealing with reality. I seen the reality for what it was, but I didn't want to deal with it. And then a step further, I didn't want to put forth the necessary effort to make my reality better in the midst of this reality, right? So, I guess in the coming days, there'll be this big thing about, I guess, Usher hugging Alicia Keys, which means nothing. Like, nah, and I explain this, but again, they're like, man, who hurt you? Or nah, that's the case. I just got the balls to say it, and I know what time it is. So everybody's all up in arms or, having their various discussions about, I guess, whenever Usher does these concerts, he be wooing these other men and women. So I guess he hugged Alicia Keys from the back and how Swiss Beats is going to feel. But you don't, but do you have that same energy when the dude your girl worked with hugging her on lunch break? You see what I'm saying? Because again, I guess that goes to the ego, and the ego likes to live in delusion. Ego doesn't live in reality. Like, reality is very humbling. You know what I'm saying? If you choose to, see it for what it's worth. And that's like another aspect of what I see. Like, everyone's so like ego driven or, self-absorbed. You see what I'm saying? But in reality, you get crushed up like anybody else who don't deal with reality. You see what I'm saying? And it, like, the whole Super Bowl hoopla and watching the game and all that. It just made me come to this epiphany that I don't think I can deal with anyone interpersonally, do business with anyone interpersonally, have any kind of social connections interpersonally, unless they're truly seeking the Most High. And I don't mean going to church, I mean seeking them for yourself, attempting to search and find the truth for yourself. Not, being under someone else and then they tell you some stuff and now you just regurgitate it. That's why I don't get along with I like old people, like old black men styles for back when you had to be smooth. But as far as the programming that's in them, nah. Even in this, like I'm moving towards this, like I don't want to be affiliated with no organization that I'll have to drop my own individual and autonomy in. You see what I'm saying? Like even in the corporate workplace, like everybody, like I am the supervisor, yeah. But you and you gotta do what you gotta do, provide for yourself and your loved ones and whatnot. But what more so than anything, what gives you your identity is a title someone else gave you. And then because of market conditions, your own decision, whatever, you take that away. Now your chest ain't out as far. See, I'm different. I guess the Most High put me on this journey for this very reason that I couldn't foresee. I tend to operate the same way. I talk the same schmiggity schmack, regardless of all that, because the hardship and the suffering has produced this in me. So it's easier for me to walk away from stuff because I really haven't been around stuff for an extended period of time anyway. So if it don't agree with where I'm at philosophically, I'm gone. I don't care who get mad. What you gonna do? I mean, you might talk some smiggity smack, but don't nobody say nothing to me when they see me. And if they do, depending on what's said and da-da-da, I'll address it right then and there. Like Mrs. Hustle said, I'm nothing like you rap niggas. And I take great pride in that. I go through stuff like everybody else on earth, but I tend to manage that by my lonely. Like I don't be calling people or crying and suffering. Now I might, go off to like where I'm at now and kind of petition the Most High. But that's about it, because I already know ain't nobody coming to save me. Nor do I want no situation like that. My brain likes the ability or the idea of being able to save my damn self. Which was another thing I had to deal with in the whole recovery thing. And you know what I'm saying? Every time I mess up, I got to call my mama. That don't make me feel like no man. I made a bad decision. Now I got to call my mama to come save me and hope she do. Because if she don't, I don't know what I'm going to do. Instead of just making sound, wise decisions that we don't need nobody saving me. You see what I'm saying? Or let's say I make a bad decision based on lack of information. The Most High is giving me grace. Because now I know something I previously didn't know. So, of course, I try not to make mistakes. But, when I do or misplay a situation or whatever the case may be, I learn something I need to work on, or I'm now aware of something that I previously wasn't. And I'm just on this, kick of gaining wisdom and knowledge. You know what I'm saying? How to maneuver in this, what seemingly is becoming now an overt satanic society, man. And that, hence, is my reason for wanting to escape it, to want to go back to Africa. There's nothing here for me. There's nothing for me to join or link up with. Most things are detrimental to my soul if I attach myself to it. Like for what I truly want, desire. Now, if I was just, a whoremonger or something like that, it'd be hog heaven. But truly desiring family, legacy, so on and so forth, you can't build none of that here. And even if you found a decent partner that you might think might be conducive, there are so many different influences hitting them. You see what I'm saying? It's not a culture that breeds that. I personally don't know any healthy relationship. And I'm going to steer all this back to the whole Super Bowl thing. I personally don't. Because when I see these people in a person, most of the females are cheating. And they're not just cheat. Like back in the day, it seemed like, maybe the guy had more money or he was smoother than you or he wooed her over a period of time. That's not the case. These women are cheating now just because the opportunity presents itself. Like there's actually no what's the word I want to use? There's no litmus test, I guess, for the cheating. Oh, you don't have any money, I'll cheat. Oh, you work all the time, so you don't have time for me, I'll cheat. You see what I'm saying? It just doesn't make any difference. They're just cheating just because. And I'm repulsed by it. I'll be honest, I'm repulsed by it. And that's why I left, because because see, once I see it for what it is, or I start like, or I lose respect for people, your voice will actually disturb me, and then I got to call it. You know what I'm saying? Not that I care about anybody. Oh, he said this. Yeah, it's true. Then what I ain't supposed to tell the truth. So that means we both be living a lie. So now I'm ready to cuss you out. Well, not cuss you out, but now I'm ready to tell you about yourself. Not that I'm some type of moral authority by any stretch of the imagination. But if we ain't gonna keep it real, then we're perpetrating a fraud by default. And I refuse to do that and take whatever come with it. Because like I said, all my hardships have made me the man I am today. Of course, I wouldn't want to go through that again to that degree, but I'm actually thankful for it now. I'm glad I ain't had no easy road. I'm glad I ain't had no whole bunch of support. I'm glad I had to find my own answer. I'm glad I was almost, not forced, but circumstantially was put in a position where I had to be comfortable in my own company. That's where I started being able to manage myself and play the long game with situations that have no immediate resolution or solution to it. You see what I'm saying? The playing chess in the game of life. You know what I'm saying? At this rate, from how everybody else is behaving, and just where they're mentally at, again with the Super Bowl and using this as a distraction, whether they perceive it to be or not, there's a whole host of things that are directly affecting you in real time that you refuse to address or even acknowledge. Like, and I spit this to everybody I know, right? But not one person is like, yo, what you think we should do, and get back into solution-based shit. Everybody just want to be dependent on the society or the construct. I'm not the one. Now, even at the same time, I still don't. I'm fighting to get certain skills right for self-sufficiency. Like, let's say I know how to build a structure, even like a little cabin or a shack in the woods, like them off-road, or I got a stick and I'm by the water. Can I catch something and cook it? Like, I'm still fighting to get those skills. And a lot of times with me, even though or learn Spanish, right? I know I need this skill and it's in my mind, but I don't know how to pursue it. But if I'm put in a situation where it's necessary, it's like my brain then gets tunnel vision, and then I'll find or I gain the ability to do something I've never done before and don't know how to do because I have no choice but to do it. Like, technically, coming up on 3 years clean and sober because I had no choice but to get sober because I was scared of being a bum. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was in my late 30s at that point. I said, I heard Ronald Osmond them footsteps in the dark. I said, oh man, I don't want to be one of them, yo. And it'd be an extra try. Because, like, technically, to some degree, the stuff I'm saying now, I knew, I just couldn't operate in what I knew. So basically, I'm, just empty word. Or like a guy who knows the Bible, but behave he don't live none of it. You know what I'm saying? But again, like, I'm just really coming to this deeper level of acceptance that, especially here, no. And then at the same time, and I think this was very, well, I think, the Most High knowing all things and made the end from the beginning. Like, it was like he isolated, I was still around people, but I wasn't vibing with them, or it was just, I was basically, isolated in a room full of people, right? But he did all that way back then to train me to be able to do this now where it seems more paramount. Because people, like, I know people who are friends and then, or at least cordial, but if they get a raise at the job, they act like they're better than the person, or like their friendships and loyalty shift based on circumstances. You can't be around no person like that, and no person can know personal information about you. Because let's say, hypothetically, they take the drop, they're coming after you. Even though you ain't done nothing to them, but because this concept never made no sense to me, misery loving company. When I was miserable, I'm going around the homies to get drunk, kick it, to forget about what I'm miserable about. If I'm miserable, I don't want to go around you and make you miserable. I'm around you so we can get to kicking it and chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody not like that. If they miserable, they want to put their misery on you so they can get joy out of seeing you miserable. That's demonic if you ask me. It's to the point now, like depending on where I'm at, and I'm in a group of people, like I'm super on edge, uh, like, uh, I mean, again, I'm not burying nobody. I think it's just the energy, the frequency, the vibration, the spirit coming off these people don't agree with mine. And I want to get the fuck out of that. Not even on no fear shit, but on I ain't got no business around these people. That's why I left the job. Because one, I lost respect for everybody. And I'm like, yo, I don't even want to be around y'all. And y'all not worthy of my presence. And I didn't, I'm one of the few males there who attempted to set order. And I noticed that's another thing. These women don't want order. They want to do whatever they do without the consequences. And I think that's part of the reason, like, why the black, or just, the male, what they call it, the gender wars, whatever. Because there's no consequence for bad behavior. I'll share this, right? Now, me and my 13-year-old daughter are having, I don't know, we was all right for a minute. But we had a couple situations where, like, I had to, like, let her know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? Bring her back to earth. So, because she's not used to that, because she was living with her mother and she's seen her mother operate with men a certain type of way, she wouldn't speak to me. Her not understanding, you not speaking to me don't mean nothing to me. I don't care about you not speaking to me. You know what I'm saying? So you're not hurting me in that matter, but you is going to respect me. And if you're not going to listen to me, I'm gone. And then we'll see what you do. You see, but again, I kind of try to tether her because she's growing up in this environment, in this culture that's kind of psychologically telling her this shit. Like I'm just supposed to do what you want me to do. What the fuck they tell you that at? Fuck I look like. So I'm going to play the game like this because she's still not speaking to me. Again, and we didn't have no issue. Here's what it was. Her mother told me a bunch of crap that she had told her in an effort for her to go back and live with her mother so she can do what she want to do anyway. But she's not, and we was all right. But now she's come to discover that her mother told me this, probably from her mother, and now she's not speaking to me. Again, not that I care, but you're not speaking to me because now you feel guilty. Because now you don't know, like you know that I know now. So now you don't know what to say. So you rather not speak to me. So again, here's a situation. And this is what I want to get my daughter out of this construct, this social construct, because she's doomed if she stays here. And I pray the Most High hear me talking to y'all on this video, right? Where's I going with this? Unless I can get her out of here, she's going to be doomed because the programming is so prevalent. She's going to end up being a baby mama. She don't want to listen to me now when I attempt to set order. So I'm more along the lines of, okay, that's what you want to do. All right, I'm gone. I'm ready to vote with my feet. Yeah, I'll still feed you and clothe you and all that. But all that other, because now what's happening is, and now we're getting into this pattern, and she's only 13. Of course, she's learned this from her mother, who operates the same way, in which if you try to correct me, or if you just don't let me do what I want to do, I'm going to act like I don't like you, or what has happened is I'll attempt to lie on you to get my way. And I view that as treason. And I understand, the Bible says a man robs from his own household. So because, well, she may not understand it as this, but because I attempt to set order for your benefit, and of course you're not no environment that's, whatever. That's one thing. You can be mad at whatever. That's cool. The part I got a problem with is you attempting to go to other people and lie to them in an effort to make me look bad, or an effort to get me to get some consequence. Her not understanding, one, I don't give a fuck. Two, ain't nobody gonna run up on me about you. Man, they bet not. And everybody inherently knows that, even though I haven't told them. Like, people just be knowing certain shit. Just like when I was in school, like, yeah, I played ball with these guys, and they might have had hidden jealousies for whatever reason. Of course, if you're chosen, if you're chosen by the Most High, that's gonna happen, right? And I used to, not to, I wasn't no super violent guy, right? But whenever they was into it with out of towners, everybody would just call me for whatever reason. Or like when I used to drink, I go to my partner's house, and I'm cool with his parents. Like I got home training or whatever, and they know what we're about to do. But they never said nothing to me. I think here's why. Even though I do whatever it is I do, they feel pretty confident that I'm gonna bring you back to them. You see what I'm saying? Or they into it with some guys, they'll call me because they feel like I'll protect them. You see what I'm saying? Even though they don't fuck with me. And if the shoot, one, I ain't gonna call them because I know they ain't hitting on nothing. And two, even if they was, I got into this personal situation. I don't want to put you in harm's way. You see what I'm saying? But again, I would like to believe real nigga do that. And I'm not even really hurt by any of it, whether it's like my child situation or cause I learn how to detach, like healthy wise. In the essence of this is just the reality that it is. But my onus is keeping me straight. Because these people, and it's happened to me before, and when I understood this one, I said, oh, hell no, never again. I will never let another human being. Now, of course, people can kind of try to set you back or whatever. But will no human being make me bow down to them so that they can be in my life? First of all, I'm the blessing. Again, without ego involved, I am the blessing. And like when I left the job, I told them. And then that I got through a third party means that, you know, I sent these various voice messages to people, you know what I'm saying, that I was talking to. And I already knew they were going to do that. But I wanted them to understand. I just want to let you know that I know more than you think I know. Y'all wasn't worthy of my presence. I gained nothing by knowing y'all other than understanding the depth of the depravity of society, which I had known. Now I'm just in a position to see it up close and personal, which then alludes to what I was talking about earlier in the video about wanting nothing to do with this world. Like, even if I had the ability to go to the Super Bowl and I had the money and the time, let's say I got free tickets and I got about 50 racks in my bank account, I still wouldn't go. I'd mess around and go camping or, you know what I'm saying? Or go hiking or just something. I wouldn't even go. I don't want to go. I gained nothing from the experience. Being grouped up in the Coliseum with everybody else, distracted. No. I'm good on that. And I trust and believe, I understand, you know. Everybody don't feel that. And I'm not saying everybody got to be like me. And one, you can. It's because you ain't built for it. You wasn't predestined for this. I guess you're designed to be a part of the matrix. I'm not. Never have been. Even from my school days. You know what I'm saying? I would pose certain questions and couldn't get no definitive answer, or certain shit I just inherently already knew and knew it wasn't true when you teach me. The only thing I'm doing is regurgitating it back to you to get a passing grade so my people don't fuss me up when I get home. Got to play the game how it go. They can take me out the hood, but I'ma keep it hood for hood nigga. But but that's all I want to do. Just come through with a quick one, man. My thoughts about the Super Bowl. I'ma holler at y'all, man. Ooh.